The Big Show on Kiss 92. Gotta get up.
We're back! We went for a little break and we're back on TV once again. Welcome to the Big Show and Big Show TV segment. Our second guest for this morning is Sarah Fox, Vice President and Regional General Manager of Disney Cruise Line.
Hi.
Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, Sarah, I'm looking at some of these names like the Disney Imagination Garden, San Francisco Street, Disney Discovery Reef, Wayfinder Bay. This is very, very exciting news for children and children at heart
100%.
here in Singapore.
Exciting.
Tell us a little bit more about the Disney cruise.
Oh my goodness. We are so excited. And I feel like, yesterday was the first time that we began to unveil everything that will be on board. And Disney Adventure will be like no other Disney Cruise Line ship. We have these incredibly themed story areas that you were just referencing. And the ultimate Disney cruise vacation at sea. The ship is the destination.
Mm-hmm.
And our guests will be exploring these areas of Disney, Pixar, and Marvel. Just fantastic for them to deep dive into the stories, characters, experiences that'll be on board.
This is the first time that Disney has come to Singapore in terms of cruise ships?
It is, which is really exciting for us. We'll be home ported for at least the next 5 years out of Singapore. First time that the Disney Cruise Line will be here in Asia with a ship specifically designed for the region.
Nice.
You know, we say 6,700 guests
Yes.
that can be on board, and we're thinking 6,000 children. Is there anything? Is there anything for the parents to do?
There
while
is.
the
There's a
kids are
lot.
running around?
It'll definitely be not 6,000 children. Because they need to come with their parents. For
Your
sure.
eyes just went like, oh
yeah,
my god!
wow, yeah. That's a lot. Our youth activities team would be very, very, very busy. But yeah, there's something for everyone. What I really love about our Disney Cruise Line experience is adults, multi-generational. I personally would travel with my mom, my dad, my husband, our kids. And it's such a great experience that, my dad used to go to the upper deck for breakfast and be looking out to sea and found that so relaxing. And then, my mom and I would pop to the spa for a couple of hours while my daughter would go to the youth activities team. And then we'd join for these, great meals on board. So, world-class entertainment, obviously as an entertainment company, we have, theater every evening where our stage shows come to life. So, as an adult, with a kid at heart adult that love our stories and characters, especially, world-class entertainment, vast array of dining, relaxation on board, the spa. There's just really something for everyone.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm just
Sounds-
wondering, are there going to be any Singapore exclusive experiences on board the cruise?
It's really great. And I think bringing Disney Cruise Line and Disney Adventure to Singapore really has allowed us, everything we do at Disney is with the guest at heart.
Right.
And so we really think about, what are the stories and character experiences that resonate here? Marvel, for example. We know we've got big Marvel fans in the region.
Yeah.
And so Marvel Landing is going to be an incredible experience, Tony Stark level indulgences, Avengers, experiences on board. So, really from the stories we select, the characters, the vast array of dining. We know food is a big thing in Singapore, so we want to make sure that we're catering to all of that. Everything from merchandise, we didn't want to just lift and shift what we have in the United States. We wanted to make sure that the style, is something that will be appealing in the region and the market. And then we call them Easter eggs, but like little touches in the ship that we don't reveal until you're on board. It's always fun.
like a little treasure hunt.
Yeah, like
almost.
surprise and delight moments,
Yeah.
right? Where you're, on board and you might be, experiencing a lounge and you look over and you see a piece of art or you see something and you're like, look at that. Like that little something that I've seen. And we love to just let the guests explore that, which is fun.
Wow.
And
that
speaking of
sounds
style, I like your style.
Oh, thank you. Mouse ears. Like get you energized first thing in the morning. Yeah.
And that very cool jacket. I love it.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
You. Gotta have my Mickey.
Okay, so you tell us about the spaces. Like I mentioned, there is the Toy Story place as well. There's the Marvel Landing. There's the Town Square.
Moana.
Yes,
There's Moana. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about what is
every
available.
space, our Imagineering team, which are the team that do all of our design and experiences, all those little attention to detail. So, as you've mentioned a few, Marvel Landing, which I just spoke to. town square is, is really the place where our princesses come to life, right? So here is where you'll experience touches of Frozen or Cinderella or Snow White. The heart of our ship, Imagination Garden, this beautiful canyon space where our characters and Sorcerer Mickey is at the center of that, which obviously is where all of our magic emanates from. The Toy Story Place is an activity zone, kind of water-filled activity zone. So every space in the ship is something to explore and enjoy. San Francisco, obviously, you may meet Baymax there, interactive games, play area. So these 7 uniquely themed story areas. My favorite actually is Wayfinder Bay, which will be on the aft of the ship. And we always say it's where the sea meets the skyline, right? This open air oasis. As adults, we can relax and enjoy your favorite beverage and listen to live entertainment. And so there's really great mix of playful spaces, relaxation, playing, cafes, lounges,
Spas, you mentioned.
Spas, yeah, very
I can
Bars.
imagine it already.
Nice.
What sort of cruises are you doing? Can you tell us in terms of length?
We'll be doing 3 and 4 day cruises
Okay.
from Singapore. And as I mentioned, the ship is truly the destination. I think the Disney differences not only are themed story areas, but we think about, I mentioned the vast array of dining, our world-class entertainment, the crew are just absolutely incredible. And it's this unique combination of the Marvel, Pixar, Disney, and what you'd expect on a cruise in terms of that high caliber entertainment. There's just so much on the scale of the ship that we thought, 3 and 4 days of immersing our guests in that just to enjoy every moment.
Perfect duration, I
Nice,
think.
yeah.
3 or 4
3 or
days.
4 days
Yeah.
is just about
Yeah.
right.
All right, let's continue to talk to Sarah on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's the Kid Leroy and Jungkook. Too Much on Kiss 92.
So when we talk about Disney, I mean, we think younger kids, maybe tweens. What about the teens and the older children? Not the adults, because the adults have to be there
Yeah.
by default because of the children. But what about the ones who are teenagers, say you're 14 to 17-year-old? What are you going to keep them busy with?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Our youth activities cater to from toddler all the way to teen.
Okay.
With unique dedicated spaces. And so we have an entire level of our ship just designed, for that purpose.
How many floors do you guys have? If you don't-
Ooh, good question. Good question. A lot.
This is a massive
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
But I'll get personal. My daughter, has been on the ship since she was a baby, all the way to she's now 21.
Oh, wow.
And so she's been in every one of those spaces. And I think what's great is couple of things. As a parent, as a mom, I was always very reluctant to kind of say, oh, my child is going into a space, the care, is she going to be okay? Is the environment going to be fun for her? And at Disney, I just always knew that the youth activities team, cater so well to the kids, the activities that are happening there, the children really want to go and enjoy that space. They're with the characters, they're hanging out with Spider-Man, they're, doing things with, the kids on board. And as she aged, there's a dedicated tween space, there's a dedicated teen space. And so, they're with their peers, they're engaged in activities that they enjoy, as they get older, if it's gaming, if it's, interactivity that they'll like for that age group. And eventually then they make friends on board the ship, which is fantastic. I mean, I used to have to negotiate with my daughter to have dinner with me.
Well,
be like,
holiday friendships are so great,
so
right?
good. In fact, she's actually, has a good friend that she met. We were on the Mediterranean cruise on Disney Cruise Line 10 years ago, and they're still friends
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
For teens, I think they actually enjoy that independence of, being able to explore a little bit, but there's a space for them with dance parties and activities, and there's peer groups that they can, enjoy
Right,
time
right,
together.
right.
And then we can come back to a family. So it's like time together, time apart, which is ideal.
Nice. Carry
I
on.
got a text message from a friend, it was
Yeah.
just like, just curious, like, if they were to be part of this cruise, what are some of the other Disney characters
They can see.
that his children will be able to meet?
Absolutely. all the ones that would spring to mind, you know, the princesses, Marvel, Spider-Man, Buzz Lightyear,
The bad guys as well, I'm
Captain
sure.
Minnie.
Some of them? No,
yeah,
no bad guys?
absolutely. Yeah, everybody likes a little bit of a bad guy
Of
as
course.
well. Well, I know that yesterday you missed Captain Mickey, so I did bring you a mini Captain Mickey for the studio because you can't
thank you.
you can't have a Disney, you know, activity without Mickey showing up.
course.
That's
so,
true, that's
you.
so
true.
yes, Captain Mickey, obviously, and you know those moments for families to meet and greet our characters across Disney, Pixar, Marvel. You know that's a highlight of their experience, and I think what's fantastic on the Disney Cruise Line is, you know, you're not just meeting them and taking a photo. You know, they could be showing up at a dance party or, you know, showing up at dinner.
Right.
You know, it's a much more intimate experience, actually, to be on board the ship for a couple of days and have the character experience around you is a lot of fun. And obviously, the photography on board, you know, they're cherished memories that you can look back on as a family and have that keepsake, which is great.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the accommodation?
Can.
I mean, what kind of rooms can we
The
expect?
rooms look so
Stunning.
comfortable.
Are they
Uh,
full
Really
of
good.
Disney characters, or are they
They're
nice and
beautiful.
plush?
You know, it's interesting. Laura Cabo, who is our lead Imagineer, you know, it's a really beautiful design aesthetic, and so, you know, very we call them artful accommodations. You know, because you want still that relaxing space that you go back to, but there's
Yeah.
hints of Disney, or you know, it's the artwork. It might be the bedspread, right? It you know, various touches, but very high quality. And you know, we've got an array of cabin types. So from, you know, an inside cabin all the way to concierge. Our concierge spaces on this ship are absolutely to die for. They're just beautiful. Our, you know, concierge offering, very high touch, really, really stunning. So
Nice.
yeah.
Really something to look forward to. So
Yeah. I
this
can't
kicks
wait.
off in 2025.
Correct.
Any timeline as to when in 2025?
More to come. You know,
Okay, all right,
yesterday was
okay.
the very first
Yep.
kind of unveiling. We've got so much excitement to share. You know, the ship of this scale. We're going to come back often. Hopefully, you'll have me back, right? We can talk
course.
about
Yes,
all
anytime.
the new news that, you know, is being unveiled as we get to opening, and you know, can't wait to have the ship sailing out of Singapore. She's going to be
It's
beautiful.
gonna be exciting,
Beautiful
yeah.
addition to our skyline, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How long will she be here for? Do you know? Or
At least 5 years.
Five?
At
Oh,
least.
wow.
Okay, so that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of staff, I would imagine it's local staff that you guys would hire, and a little bit
Yeah.
of foreign as well.
Yeah, no, really great. We have already been in recruitment, so I have an
Okay.
entire shoreside operation, obviously, in addition to the cruise itself. And so our marketing and sales team, we've already hired, which are fantastic, and, you know, brilliant array of team members that have worked for Disney and also from the industry. And then as we launched Disney Cruise Line, 2,500 crew. And, you know, we recruit today from the region for Disney Cruise Line, but for Disney Adventure in particular, you know, it's a great opportunity for hospitality roles,
Yeah.
entertainment
Yeah.
roles,
Yeah.
and you know that provides growth for Singapore in general from that hospitality industry and the tourism sector. So
Yeah,
really
that's
exciting.
fantastic.
Yeah.
We should do a radio broadcast.
We should
Yes,
absolutely,
definitely.
We
We
should.
should,
Yes,
yeah, because
yes.
we've done it before. We just came. Well, not just in April. We were in Australia,
Yeah.
in Queensland, and each day we did it from a different location.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm just imagining a different deck, a
Yeah,
different
right.
restaurant,
Marvel
a-
Landing,
Yeah,
Toy
with-
Story Place,
exactly,
Town Square.
So I think that would be fantastic.
We'd love to do that with you.
You could spend a week on that ship.
There you go. We will
on
be there a
3-4.
week.
We'll just, you know,
4 days. There you go.
Yeah, 4 days is
we'll
just
just do
Sounds
the
fantastic.
3-day, 4-day. You guys can be there.
That's
Yeah.
7
there you
days
go.
in total. There you
7
go.
days in total.
I love it. I love it. And in terms of dining, like what can we expect? Any
So
special
much.
sort of?
Yeah, we
things to
have,
highlight?
you know, a vast array of dining. So from, you know, fast casual, if you're in the pool deck area and you just want a bite to eat, there's, you know, spaces and places. So there's always something that you can have at your, you know, at your fingertips. And so there's fast casual, there's family friendly, there's gourmet upscale. So we have a wide spectrum. But what I really love aboard the ship is every evening we have a different restaurant. So if you're on a 3-day or a 4-day, every night you'll go to a different themed restaurant and have a very different experience. So when you think about dining on a Disney ship, on Disney Adventure, it's not just the menu. It's the space that you're going to. It's the story. You may have a character experience. You may have an entertainment experience. The food choices, you know, if it's a dessert, it'll be themed to something really special and unique. But then what's really great is our crew actually travel with you.
Oh,
So
right.
you have
okay.
the same wait staff.
Oh,
that
right,
you meet
okay.
at the
So you get
beginning, and
used
they
to
go
them.
restaurant to restaurant. So, if you have dietary requirements, if you're vegetarian or you need halal, or you have, allergies, our crew
They know.
that.
They know that.
Okay.
Just
Hold on.
1 second.
Sorry,
Yeah.
let's go back on air. That's Robin with Dancing on My Own right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. We've been speaking to Sarah Fox, even off the air, on The Big Show TV. She is, of course, Vice President and Regional General Manager for Disney Cruise Line, which will start operating in 2025.
Yes.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And you guys are going to be here leaving Singapore, docked here for
We are.
5 years
Yeah,
till
so
2030.
exciting. I love it.
Very, very exciting. You were just talking to us about the experience with dining,
Yes.
how you'll never dine at the same place for dinner.
Yes, exactly. It's such a gathering point, on the ship. I love it because it gives you kind of a feeling of eventizing your evening, right? Every evening you have a different restaurant to go to, and those restaurant experiences I mentioned, is not just the menu; it's the spaces that you go into, the theme. You could meet a character, you could be entertained. So every evening, you're getting something unique and special, and then our crew travel with you, and so they really get to know you. So if you have dietary requirements, if it's vegetarian or halal, or just simply knowing your beverage choice, they really get to know what your needs are, and it can be as simple as entertaining the kids. My daughter used to love, the crew would make a Mickey head out of the ketchup, just silly little things, right?
Yeah.
And they'll travel from one restaurant to another, and so that really is the Disney difference, that personal relationship, that high touch experience that they, want to make sure that you have the most enjoyable time on board and that they're there for you. It's very personalized.
What are some of the activities for the adults?
Oh my gosh, so much. We as an entertainment company, our entertainment on board is fantastic. And so, whether that's you want to be engaged in that entertainment, so from karaoke to game shows to relaxing in a lounge and listening to musicians to our world-class, Broadway level, kind of West End level theater shows that happen. And so I think, from an entertainment perspective, that's a great aspect, obviously. Our dining, so there's, the dining that is available throughout the ship, the upscale dining on an evening. So you can have an intimate, very romantic evening if you choose to do that. You can relax on board the deck. You can go to the spa, the fitness center.
Oh, wonderful.
There's photography packages if you want to take great photography with your partner, something to...
Oh, nice.
To have
To
as
remember
a
it by,
keepsake.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as a parent with young kids, basically I could take this cruise that I could keep myself entertained while the kids are being
Yes.
entertained.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant for the school holidays.
It absolutely is. But I have a question, though.
Get rid of the kids.
Well,
take
and
care of them.
Oh,
I
you're that
think
kind
what's
of parent,
interesting is the kids, they have such a great time. You have to negotiate with them to
come
spend
back.
time with you. You're like, no, really, please come and have dinner with me.
But I have a question, and I think quite a few people might be thinking this is the Disney Cruise Line. Is it only for people with children?
No, absolutely not. I mean, what I love is multi-generational families. Anyone that has tried to plan a vacation for their extended family, the stress of the planner, making sure everybody is getting something from the vacation, making sure people's needs are met. When you board Disney Cruise Line, there truly is something for everyone and all ages. And so you're together on the cruise. But, when I used to take my parents, my dad would enjoy having his breakfast on the aft of the ship, looking out at sea and relaxing and reading a book. And, and then we would join, and have lunch together and, go to see an entertaining show together, et cetera. And so, to have the relaxation of being on board, there's something about being at sea as well that just kind of takes you away from the pressures of the daily grind, right? And to be able to do that with your family or with your friends or your, whatever your traveling group is, but know that there's something for everyone. If you, the type of person that wants to hang out in our lounges and listen to live entertainment or do karaoke and have a really fun time on board, it's there for you. If you want to be in the open oasis in Wayfinder Bay and relax, if you want to meet and greet with characters because you can't wait to meet Captain Mickey, you know, it's really, we like to say that Disney Adventure, it's like you're creating your adventure or your journey because there's really something for everyone.
This is the Disney Cruise Line.
It
I mean,
is.
come on, when it comes to entertainment, they've got you covered.
I just have one final question, just a very quick one.
Yeah.
Is it as accessible to everyone of all levels of disability or
Absolutely.
abilities?
You know, that is something for Disney that we really care about our guests, you know, and making sure that everybody on board has a fantastic time, catering to their needs. And I mentioned earlier, you know, things like dietary requirements, allergies. I actually it was somebody in Tanglin Mall. I was chatting with her, and when she heard I was with Disney Cruise Line, she said to me, gosh, you know, I had such a great time. My daughter has severe allergies, and I have to be very careful, like where I take her to dine, etc. And she said it was the first time I could relax as a family, knowing that, you know, she was being taken care of. And I think that's something that's very special to us, that, you know, guests for disabilities or, you know, people that have special needs or whatever that may be, that they know they can be taken care of on board the ship. It's really important.
That's
you know,
nice.
that magic can be felt by everybody. It's
Rest
Disney
assured,
magic.
have that peace of mind.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah, for joining us today. It's
Thank
been a
you.
pleasure speaking to you,
Pleasure,
and thanks
yeah.
for the great news.
Yes.
And we certainly look forward to 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I look
for
forward
sure.
to coming back and telling you more about it. Thank you for having
You're
me.
welcome anytime, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you so much. It's 9:22.